Hello again and welcome back to Scott Wonder's World. Fat ugly one back again, and it's hot, very hot today. Saturday 27th of August. Saturday 27th of August, and yeah, just me today. A video that I wanted to do for quite some time, I just never got round to it for whatever reason. And something completely different for Scott Wonder's World. Set my mic still on. Seems to be the new thing. Yeah, so never done any rating videos. For people that know me, know I've been a massive Pearl Jam fan since I first heard them in 1991, and subsequently they've been my favourite band ever since. Probably the only band that comes anywhere near them for just my personal taste is probably the Wild Hearts. So yeah, I picked up see how many times I've seen them. I saw him in Brixton very early on, I think 92, it'd been 93 actually, just before Versus came out. I've seen him in Cardiff, I've seen him in London, and seen in Hyde Park. So probably 4 or 5 times over the years when they've ventured over to the UK. And it's always a fantastic concert, and I'm very lucky that I've now got Wanda involved as well. So she likes she loves them. Got her involved with a couple of songs. We got engaged on stage to a tribute act that sadly aren't with us anymore. They disbanded, which was a sad thing to see. But what I thought I'd do is I would take you through. So Pearl Jam have got 11 albums. So it's 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I was counting one twice. So Pearl Jam got 11 albums. Their recent one was Gigaton. What I'd do is I'd take you through them and I'd rank them from what was my worst or my least favourite album, because I haven't got any really bad albums, to what is my favourite album. So first of all, before we get into that, I'll just show you the albums. I've got all the hard copies. Obviously, I've bought them. Obviously, I've downloaded them via Apple Music, and over the years, where the way we listen to music changes. So their first album was a 10, and that was released on August the 27th, 1991. 11 songs on the playlist: Once, Even Flow, Alive, Why Go, Black, Jeremy, Oceans, Porch, Garden, Deep, and Release. Absolutely standard bearer for albums, really. Going to shock a few people when it comes in the ranking. Their second album was Versus, released on October the 19th, 1993. Lovely Sheep was due to be called 5 Against 1 originally, but they decided to change it after the just as the album was going to print, actually, and they changed it to Verses. Songs on the album: Go, Animal, Daughter, Glorified G, Dissident, WMA, Blood, Rearview Mirror, Rats, Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town, Leash, and Indifference. Absolute belter. Then came the third album, Vitality, in November 22nd, 1994. Absolutely fantastic album, and the way it's presented. There's a whole history behind the artwork of the album, presented as an old style medicine sort of thing. Songs on the album: Last Exit, Spin the Black Circle, Not For You, Tremor Christ, Nothing Man, Whipping, Pry 2, Corduroy, best song ever written, Bugs, Satan's Bed, Better Man, I Devanita, Immortality, and Hey Foxy Mockpamble Monument, That's Me. Absolute garbage, not even the song, but a cracking album. Then came number 4, No Code, which came, I've got the album dates up behind there, August 27th, 1996. Again, another cracking album. And if you look at it properly, it does show a triangle. And I'll probably try and put that on the screen. Songs on this album are Sometimes, Hail Hail, Who You Are, In My Tree, Smile, Off He Goes, Habit, Red Mosquito, Lukin, present tense, mankind, I'm open, and around the bend, belter. Then came Yield. Yield was on February the 3rd, 1998. Very simple packaging. I seem to remember a very simple looking book as well. And that's the sort of route they went down, these gatefold things afterwards. Brain of J, Faithful, No Way, Given to Fly, Wishlist, Pilot, Do the Evolution, MFC, Low Light, In Hiding, Push Me, Pull Me, and All Those Yesterdays. Then came Binaural, which was in May 16th, 2000. Again, back to the gatefold presentation. And on Binaural, we had Breakerful, God's Dice, Evacuation, Light Years, Nothing As It Seems, Thin Air, Insignificance, Of the Girl, Grievance, Rival, Sleight of Hand, Soon Forget, and Parting Ways. Then came a Riot Act in November the 12th, 2002. And again, the gatefold presentation. On this one, we had Can't Keep, Save You, Love Boat Captain, Crop Duster, Ghost, I Am Mine, Thumbing My Way, You Are, Get Right, Green Disease, Help Help, Bush Leaguer, Half Full, Arc, and All or None. Then we come to it's called Pearl Jam, but most people, Pearl Jam fans, call it the Avocado album. Never understood why. Again, back to the gatefold. They're all sort of fairly similar. The songs on this one are Life Wasted, Worldwide Suicide, Comatose, Severed Hand, Marker in the Sand, Parachutes, Unemployable, Big Wave, Gone, Wasted Reprise, Army Reserve, Comeback, and Inside Job. Then we get Backspacer, slightly different approach this time with how they did things. This came on September the 20th, 2009. Gonna See My Friend, Got Some, The Fixer, Johnny Guitar, Just Breathe, Amongst the Waves, Unthought Known, Supersonic, Speed of Sound, Force of Nature, and The End. Album number 10, Lightning Bolt, came on October the 15th, 2013. Get back to look a book presentation. Quite nice. We've got Getaway, Mind Your Manners, My Father's Son, Sirens, Lightning Bolt, Infallible, Pendulum, Swallowed Whole, Let the Records Play, Sleeping by Myself, Yellow Moon, and Future Days. Last but not least is their latest album, came out on March the 27th, 2020, Gigaton. And the songs are Whoever Said, Super Blood Wolf Moon, Dance of the Clairvoyants, Quick Escape, All Right, 7 o'clock, Never Destination, Take the Long Way, Buckle Up, Comes and Goes, Retrograde, and Rivercross. So there's the 11 albums. And what I'm going to do now, we're going to put them into order of worst or least favourite to last. So for me, my least favourite album of the Pearl Jam stuff was their probably least creative of their albums, and it's Riot Act. For me, there was nothing terrible on there. It lacked a little bit of, it lacked that Pearl Jamness. That sounds like a bit strange. There's some good songs on there. Love Boat, Save You is a great song as a rocker. Love Boat Captain, even Crop Duster. But there was something that was just, for me, it was always missing from the album. They were in a bit of a hard place. They lost 9 fans at the Roskilde festival, and I think the album showed that they were probably struggling as a group creatively, and it just lacked a little bit of direction. And for me, there was far too much filler on the album, and nothing really stood out as a song. So number 11 for me is Riot Act. Number 10, I'm going to go, and these probably change all the time. I'm going to go with Lightning Bolt. Released in, when was Lightning Bolt out? 2013. Again, showing signs a little bit of maybe slowing down. Obviously, they're all approaching 60. So some great songs on there. Getaway, My Father's Son, Sirens is a great song. Sleeping by Myself, and Future Days is a great song. It just lacked that little bit of oomph for me, and didn't grab me as much as some of the other albums. So yeah, number 10, Lightning Bolt for me. I'll leave them there. Next one, I'm going to go with Gigaton. Nothing particularly wrong with Gigaton. Again, I think they've settled into a fairly easy sort of dad rock sort of situation now, where they have some really good songs and some songs that just fill albums out. Absolutely love Super Blood Wolf Moon. One of my favourite songs. Their punk edge really comes out on Super Blood Wolf Moon. Dance of the Clairvoyants, something completely different to Pearl Jam I've ever done. Really like that. Whoever Said and 7 O'Clock. All really good songs. The rest of it is all right, I suppose, which is why it leaves it at number 9 for me. So Gigaton, number 9. Number 8, we're going to go to Backspacer. So Backspacer was released in 2009, and it suffers, as do a lot of the Pearl Jam the newer Pearl Jam albums, of having some really good songs and a lot of stuff that sort of just gets lost in the mix. All fairly. The thing that Backspacer did slightly differently was it cut the runtime on a lot of the songs down to sort of 3-4 minutes. So there was no really sort of epic songs on there. They're all very short, succinct, and actually I think it's got the shortest run time of any Pearl Jam album. Doesn't suffer for it necessarily. Again, some great songs on there. Got Some, The Fixer, which is probably their poppiest song for fucking ages, really, and Just Breathe, absolutely beautiful song, Just Breathe. So Backspacer sits in at number 8. What have we got left? For me, we're going to go with Pearl Jam. Avocado, whatever you want to call it. Actually, when it came out, I thought it was a fantastic album, and still some of the songs actually stand up really well. It's not an album I'll go back to a great deal, but still it sits comfortably, nestling in the middle somewhere of their albums. Worldwide Suicide, I've always been a huge fan of Marker in the Sand, and Army Reserve for me is an absolute blinder of a song. Could listen to Army Reserve all day. So yeah, Pearl Jam or the Avocado album sits in at number 7. 7? Yeah, number 7. Number 6, we're going to go to a binaural. Again, an absolutely some storming songs on binaural. It never gripped me, particularly early on, and for reasons I could never understand. And I think they'd settled in to that. Well, the rest of this came was a very easy. All their songs are really well written, but it's just like some of it became too easy for them. Again, Binaural was a great album. When did that come out? Was Binaural out? That was in 2000. So great song. Light Years is a wonderful song. Break a Fall, Nothing As It Seems, and Grievance. I've always tended to go with the rocking songs of Pearl Jam, which not to dismiss their ballad stuff at all. But number 6 for me is Binaural. Number 5, coincidentally, is their 5th album they released, and it's Yield. Loved Yield. Still love some of the songs on Yield. There was different stuff on there that made them stand out a little bit more than they had done, and it really worked for me. It's some cracking. Given to Fly, Brain of J, Faithful, In Hiding, just some absolute belting songs on Yield, and I'd probably play some of the songs more than I do off of the others, and that's what sort of pushed me. And a well-made album. So Yield comes in at number 5. So their top 4 is coincidentally the 4 first albums that they produced, not necessarily in that order. I go round and round on this one. I'm going to put No Code in at number 4. It was completely different at the time. They'd just taken on Jack Irons, who drummed for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He came in, and there was a notable difference in the shift in the drumming, as it was when Matt Cameron came along as well. I think Matt Cameron's first album was... I'm probably going to get this wrong. I've got a feeling it was binaural. In fact, I'm fairly certain it was binaural because he wrote Evacuation. But yeah, completely different style for them, but some great songs. Hail, Hail, Who You Are, In My Tree, Lukin. Just a really... I think it's a divisive album as well with Pearl Jam, because Pearl Jam fans, some love it, some absolutely hate it. For me, it's a fucking beauty of an album. It's really, really good. Now I'm going to upset a few. Number 3 for me. Just say all the hate now. It's fine. It's actually fine. It's 10. Obviously, everywhere when it first came out. Sold, like, I think it sold 15 million worldwide. Their biggest selling album, of course. It's their most universally loved album. Do I love it? Yes. Why is it not at number 1? Because I listened to it too much. When it first came out, I held the CD is still even... Oh, that's the other one. That's the original one. We've got 2. How it's even still in a playable state is beyond me. There's not a bad song on 10, but it's just, for me, I played it to death, and I genuinely believe that the 2 albums that are above this for me are better albums because there are better songs on those albums. But still, 10, absolute blinder, and obviously set them on the road to superstardom. Number 2 for me is Vitalogy. I absolutely adore Vitalogy as an album. It's just... it does one thing wrong for me. It puts nothing tracks like Pride 2, I Devanita, and Hey Foxy Mopandle Mama That's Me. If you took those 3 nonsense interludes off of this album, I think it sits at number 1. It's just an absolute belter, and it was recorded during the time when Pearl Jam were they were at the point of splitting up. Eddie wasn't even traveling with the band; he was traveling on a bus while they were flying. I think that's or the other way round. The communication within the band was horrendous, but it didn't. It was all recorded while they're on the road touring, but it doesn't show. It's a phenomenal album. You've got Last Exit, one of the best openers they've done as a group. Whipping, Satan's Bed, Corduroy, my favourite song since the first time I ever heard it, and Better Man. Obviously, Wanda and myself got engaged on stage, and Better Man means a lot to Wanda. It means a lot to me, but Corduroy for me, any album that's got Corduroy on it, I'm well in. So Vitalogy for me sits at number 2. For that one reason, it's really tough. It's really tough, but I absolutely adore Versus. So number 1 for me, Pearl Jam Versus. There's not a bad song on it. It's raw. Where you had 10 was really, really produced, and sort of you had the grungy dirtiness to it. This has got a raw power about it, where the certain songs like Blood, where it sounds like the whole thing's on the point of collapse. It's just phenomenal. Every song on the album, Go, Animal, Daughter, Glorified G, Dissident, White Male American, Blood, Rearview Mirror, Rats, Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town, Leash and Indifference. There's not a bad song on that album. Rearview Mirror, what a song that is. What a song that is. Go and Animal as well. Both absolutely blinding songs. So for me, it has to be Versus. This is sort of stapled to its side. Probably going to upset a few with 10 not being there. But it's personal choice. And it was an album, when it first came out in that October of 93, I didn't like it. I was really disappointed. And then as I started to get to listen to it, it just drew me in. And it really then cemented my love of all things Pearl Jam. They've got a bit inconsistent over the years. As you can see, most of the bottom half, early edition, newer albums, whereas the older stuff was just absolutely spot on. I'm going to have a quick drink of my water. So that's my list of, in order of least favourite to favourite Pearl Jam albums. If you're a Pearl Jam fan, what are your favourite albums? List them. Let me know if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. There are going to be a few that disagree with 10. I could have put that lower, actually. So I teeter-totter with no code above that, which will annoy even more people. But yeah, if you're a Pearl Jam fan, let me know what your favourite album is, why, the reasons why you like them. And yeah, do you agree? Put your list in the comments, and I'll reply to everyone that comes through. Is this something you like? Enjoy to do any other album? I've got Wild Hearts, Metallica. If you're interested in this sort of thing, then let us know in the comments as well. If you're not, like that as well. So do you agree? Do you disagree? Entirely up to you. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to put some Pearl Jam music on now. I wanders out. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed going back down memory lane. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. There's a subscribe button if you're new to the channel and you like the content. And me and Wanda, we'll see you very soon. Have a good day.